Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a question that I think we all ask ourselves at some point. How can we be happy and positive all the time? Is that even possible? It's a huge question, and the answer might surprise you. It's not about living a life with no problems, no stress, and no setbacks. Let's be real, that life doesn't exist. True, lasting happiness doesn't come from avoiding the tough stuff. It comes from how we choose to think about it. It's about cultivating a mindset that can find light, even on the darkest days. So, what is positive thinking, really? It's not about putting on a fake smile and pretending everything is perfect when it's not. That's just denial, and it doesn't help anyone. Real positive thinking is about acknowledging the reality of a situation, but choosing to focus on what you can control, on the lessons you can learn, and on the good that still exists. It's about seeing challenges as opportunities for growth, not as punishments sent to ruin your day. This shift in perspective is the secret ingredient. It's a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Let me give you a classic example that we can all relate to. Traffic. Imagine two people, let's call them Alex and Ben, both stuck in the exact same gridlock. They're going to be late, and there's absolutely nothing they can do about it. Alex immediately starts fuming. He's honking the horn, muttering under his breath, and his blood pressure is shooting through the roof. He's thinking about how unfair this is, how it's ruining his schedule, and by the time he finally gets to his destination, his entire day feels soured. He's carrying that anger with him. Now let's look at Ben. He sees the same endless line of red taillights, sighs, but then makes a different choice. He accepts the situation. He can't change it, so why let it control his mood? Instead, he turns up his favorite podcast, the one he's been meaning to catch up on. Or maybe he puts on a calming playlist and just enjoys a moment of stillness. He might even use the time to think through a problem he has been working on, or just appreciate the music. Same situation, same traffic jam, but two completely different experiences. Ben arrives at his destination calm and collected, while Alex arrives stressed and angry. The only thing that was different was their mindset. Ben found peace where Alex found stress. That's the power of positive thinking in action. Let's take another scenario, one that many of us have faced: failure. Imagine a student, let's call her Chloe, who studies hard for a big exam but ends up getting a failing grade. Her first instinct might be to feel devastated. She could easily fall into a spiral of negative self-talk, thinking, "I'm just not smart enough, I'll never get this, I'm a failure." This mindset is a dead end. It offers no solution, only despair, and it completely drains her motivation to try again. But what if Chloe chose a different path? What if, after the initial disappointment, she looked at that failing grade and thought, "Okay, this hurts, but it's not the end. This test just showed me exactly which topics I need to focus on more. It's not a judgment of my intelligence, it's a roadmap for improvement." See the difference? The second mindset doesn't ignore the fact that she failed. It acknowledges it, but it reframes it as a learning opportunity. This perspective not only reduces her frustration, but actively creates motivation. It empowers her to make a plan, to seek help, and to come back stronger. She's not a failure, she's a student who is learning. This is how you turn a setback into a setup for a comeback. So this idea of being happy and positive all the time isn't about suppressing negative emotions. That's actually unhealthy. It's normal to feel sad, angry, or frustrated. Those feelings are valid, and they are part of the human experience. The key is not to let them become your permanent address. Being a positive person means you build the mental and emotional muscles to return to a state of hope, gratitude, and action more quickly. You allow yourself to feel the negative emotion, you process it, and then you consciously guide your mind back toward a more constructive place. It's like a mental immune system. When a negative thought virus attacks, a strong positive mindset helps you fight it off faster and recover more effectively. How do we build this mental immune system? It starts with small daily practices. One of the most powerful tools is gratitude. It sounds simple, almost cliché, but it works. Every single day, take a moment to intentionally think about 3 things you're grateful for. It could be something as small as the taste of your morning coffee, a kind word from a stranger, or the fact that the sun is shining. This practice literally rewires your brain. It trains your mind to actively scan for the good in your life, rather than constantly focusing on what's missing or what's wrong. When you make a habit of noticing the good, you start to see it everywhere. Another crucial step is to curate your environment. Think about the people you spend the most time with. Are they constantly complaining, gossiping, and focusing on the negative? Or are they uplifting, encouraging, and supportive? Your social circle has a huge impact on your mindset. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who believe in you, and who radiate positivity. Their energy is contagious in the best way possible. This might mean setting boundaries with people who consistently drain your energy. It's not about cutting people off cruelly, but about protecting your own peace and well-being. Your mental space is valuable real estate. Be selective about who you let in. Finally, shift your focus from problems to solutions. When you're faced with a challenge, it's easy to get stuck dwelling on the problem itself. We replay it in our minds, analyze it from every angle, and talk about how big and scary it is. This is called ruminating, and it gets you nowhere. Instead, train yourself to ask a different question. What is one small step I can take right now to move toward a solution? It doesn't have to be a giant leap. It can be a tiny, manageable action. Making a phone call, sending an email, doing a quick online search, or even just writing down a plan. By focusing on action, you take back your power. You shift from being a passive victim of your circumstances to an active architect of your life. Remember, happiness is not a destination you arrive at one day. It's a choice you make over and over again in every moment. It's a practice, a skill, and a journey. By practicing gratitude daily, surrounding yourself with uplifting people, and focusing on solutions, you are planting the seeds of lasting positivity. Over time, what starts as a conscious effort becomes your natural way of thinking, your default setting. Positivity becomes your way of life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this gives you some practical tools to bring more happiness and positivity into your life. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one small thing you're grateful for today? Let's share some positivity. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.